What's up guys, welcome back again to my channel and to my kitchen. Now here I have my nicely seasoned cowfoot. Now I season my cowfoot ahead of time, so I will leave all the ingredients in the description box of this video. So if you're gonna make the recipe, remember to check it out. Now some persons they don't season the cowfoot, but I love to season mine. So if you don't season your cowfoot, it's your kitchen, so do whatever you like to do. So I added some oil to the pot, added some chopped garlic and ginger. So now I'm just adding my curry powder. Now as you can see guys, I'm using the Better Pot curry. I do love the Better Pot curry, but if you like to use any other curry, at your kitchen, so go ahead and do whatever you like. Alright, now just give it a nice mix. Sometimes if you don't mix it, the curry can stick to the pot in the middle of the pot, kind of be clumpy like, so you don't want that. Alright, so I'm just going to remove all of that natural seasoning from the cowfoot before I add it to the pot. Now guys, if you never season your cowfoot, then this part wouldn't be necessary. Or if you didn't add any natural seasoning to your cowfoot, then you don't have to worry about that, because once you not add no natural seasoning, I'll have none for crepe off, don't it? So I'm just going to remove all of my natural seasoning, and then I'm gonna return and show you the next step. So after I'm finished removing all the natural seasoning, I am going to place the cowfoot into the pot as you see me doing earlier. Now guys, if you don't want to use the oil, I use vegetable oil. You could also use some melted butter. The melted butter do give it a nice flavor. As everybody know, butter make everything nice, alright? But I chose to use the oil today. Now the oil is not optional, so if you want to use your butter, go ahead. Alright, but remember that you don't need a lot of grease to prepare cowfoot, so don't over add it. Alright, so after I'm finished adding the cowfoot pieces to the pot, I am going to give it a nice mix so that all the pieces will be fully covered in the curry. Even though I use a little curry powder to season the cowfoot, I do like to burn my curry as well. Now everybody cook them curry cowfoot differently, but this is just one way in which I prepare mine. I made another curry cowfoot video where I added some coconut milk and it was amazing. So I will leave that link in the description box, so don't forget to check it out if you're interested. So just ensure that you coat each piece fully in the curry, and then I'm going to let each side sear for about 2 to 3 minutes. Normally when I'm cooking like my other curry recipes, I would cover the pot and let it steam and release some juices, but cowfoot tough, so it's not gonna release any juices. I'm just gonna sear both sides for about 2 minutes, as I said earlier. Now ensure that you have some hot water ready to cook your meat. I'll be using the pressure cook method. If you want to slow cook yours, go ahead, but in Jamaica guys, the cost of gas is very high, and so when I can reduce your expense, you do so. So I'm gonna pressure cook mine, which is much faster than to slow cook it. Alright, now after I sear the meat for about 5 minutes, I'm going to add my cowfoot to the pressure cooker. Now I am going to add all the pieces. Bear in mind that I did not add any oil. As you can see, the pot is clean. Now after adding the cowfoot, I'm going to add the water, the hot water. Now you can't use cold water to cook your meat guys. It's going to take forever to cook, especially if you're not going to pressure it. And also when you add the cold water, it stops the cooking process. So in the pot that I seared the cowfoot, do not rinse it out guys. It has so many flavors that we don't want to lose. Alright, so I'm just adding some hot water to the pressure cooker. Now I'm just going to add enough water to cover the cowfoot, but remember that when you're using pressure cooker, you don't need to over add the liquid. Alright, because as it pressures, the water level will rise. Alright, so I'm just gonna add some more water, just a little bit more, and then I'm going to cover the pot and let it pressure. But guys, I do love to add seasoning as I go along to make the thing turn up with flavor. So after adding some more water, I'm going to add my scallion and my garlic, and I also going to add some fresh thyme. Now this is just how I do my thing. You know, as I said, flavor galore, so we have to add with seasoning as we go along. No, mine was nice to season, but you know, as I said, I love when the flavor turn up. So the more season, the better your cowfoot will be. Alright, so here I'm just adding some more water. Then I'm gonna cover the pressure cooker and let it pressure. Now everybody pressure cooker work differently, so I can't really tell you the time that you should pressure it for. But guess what? When done pressure, I have returned and I'm gonna show you the next step. Now my cowfoot is fully pressured, so I'm just gonna be transferring it back into the pot that I seared it in. Now, as you can see, guys, the pot has all the flavors. You know, them look a burnt part there in there. Yes, that's pure flavor. So just gonna add the cowfoot in there, and then we're gonna cook down the cowfoot in the same pot. Alright. After adding all of that nice cowfoot that I pressured earlier into the pot, I'm gonna transfer the juices that I used to pressure the cowfoot. Alright. So you know, I added some hot water, but because it pressured all of that flavor from the cowfoot, it made it into some nice juices. So we don't want to throw away those juices. We want to cook down our cowfoot in it. So now, guys, I am going to do so. But as you can see, guys, I'm just turning the cowfoot so that you know that nice flavor will be all over the cowfoot and not just on one side. Alright, but before you add your liquid into the pot, sometimes cowfoot tend to stick, so just give it a nice mix, and then you know you pour all of that goodness on your cowfoot. Now guys, if you love a lot of gravy, you know, when you cook down, the cowfoot is going to have a nice thick gravy. So if you want more gravy, then ensure to add some more hot water at this point. Alright, now the bowl that I use to season the cowfoot in, I love a lot of gravy, so I rinsed out the bowl with some warm water, and then now I'm adding it to the pot. So guys, you're going to let it come to a rapid boil, and then I'm going to taste to see if it has the flavor that you like, or if you need more ingredients in your cowfoot, then go ahead and add it after it comes to a boil. Alright, so mine did need some flavor, so I'm adding more natural seasoning. I'm adding a lot of garlic, add some scotch bonnet pepper. I did go in and add some more fresh scallion and thyme, and you know it needs some flavoring, so I'm gonna be adding some powder seasoning and some black pepper. I didn't add any salt because I added a little salt when I was seasoning the cowfoot already, and you know the pack season has salt already. So just give it a nice mix, cover your pot and let it simmer. And guys, if you don't want to add some broad bean or some butter bean, then you could also add it at this point as well. Or if you want to cook down some more, since the broad bean, if you go use the one that you can cook already, but I chose not to add any, so I'm just gonna cover the pot and let it simmer on a medium low flame. Alright, so at this point my delicious curry cowfoot is all done. Now guys, if you love the recipe and you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe and turn on all notifications so you never miss another upload. Now guys, remember that cowfoot tend to stick to the pot while it cooks, so give it a nice mix as it cooks. Alright, now big up on yourself guys, and if you love the recipe, share it of course, and don't leave without giving me a thumbs up. And I hope that you would join me again in another video. Take care of yourself.